You can be faithful and still be emotionally unfaithful. Here's a hard truth we don't talk about enough in marriage. Infidelity isn't always another person. Sometimes it is emotional absence. You can be completely faithful sexually and still be unavailable emotionally. You can never cheat, right? Yet you spend every night giving your attention, energy, laughter, and vulnerability to everyone else while your spouse gets what is left of you. Your colleagues get your enthusiasm, your friends get your stories, social media gets your attention, your children get your energy, even strangers get your kindness. And your spouse, they get the exhausted version of you. Then you turn around to say, but I've never cheated. Perhaps that is true, but marriage needs more than sexual loyalty. Should I repeat? Marriage needs more than sexual loyalty. It needs emotional presence because your spouse shouldn't have to compete with your phone for your attention, compete with your work for your energy, compete with everyone else for the best parts of you. Welcome to Truth Tuesday. Hard truths people need to hear. The married single phenomenon edition. Here is the uncomfortable question. Who gets the version of you that your spouse has been begging to experience? Should I repeat? Who gets the version of you that your spouse has been begging to experience? Perhaps even more uncomfortable. When was the last time your spouse got the best of you, not simply what was left of you? This doesn't mean you can't have friendships, work, interest, or a life outside your marriage. That is not what I mean. Marriage is just an aspect of life. It is not the entirety of it. So understand all this. It means your marriage should not become the place where your leftovers are delivered. Because emotional neglect can happen quietly. No affair, no scandal, no dramatic betrayal. Just two people slowly becoming strangers. That is the married single phenomenon. So this Truth Tuesday, don't only ask, have I been faithful? Ask, have I been emotionally present? Because sometimes the person you promised forever to isn't asking for another grand gesture. They are simply asking, can you please come back to me? That is a conversation worth having. It is one of the deeper conversations behind my new book, The Married Single, Time to Rewrite Your Story. Because sometimes the greatest threat to a marriage isn't the person outside the relationship. Hello. Sometimes the greatest threat to a marriage isn't the other person outside the marriage. It is the emotional distance growing inside it. Some of you are out there fighting, chasing, cursing the other people outside without working on the emotional distance that is growing inside the marriage. This week, don't just protect your marriage from outsiders. Protect it from becoming a place where two people live together but live emotionally apart. I am the Lady Keziah, a licensed psychosocial counselor and transformative mindset coach, helping adults 40 plus reconnect with themselves, reclaim their power, redefine their story, and boldly create the life they desire. I'll come your way again in another video. But until then, I say much love and peace.